Well, then we go to the Judgment Day. And of course, if we see the Judgment Day, they're going to have to fight the other side of this equation, Dominic, or not, but Rey Mysterio and his newfound friends, Pablo Escobar and the Lucha Suits. It just remains to be seen how this is going to happen, because we know what's going to happen because they do the same thing. The same people interact every week. So, but in this case, they added a new wrinkle. Did you see they went to the back where there's Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic, and they do a backstage interview where they basically don't really say much of anything. And then they enter into the arena for an in-ring promo. They did a fucking backstage promo before their in-ring promo. What the fuck?
Yeah, I can't really explain that. I will say, though, seeing the three of them in the back without Finn Balor, it looked right.
Oh, yeah.
It looked exactly right. The three of them together, no Finn Balor, that's what it should be.
Well, they're in the ring now on their second promo in a row. So Damian Priest was in the ring, and he cut the promo on his friend Bugs Bunny that he chokeslammed through the announce desk, and Bugs is going to be the host of the pay-per-view in Puerto Rico. Damian's going to be, there's going to be trouble. We can tell there's going to be trouble right there in River City between the Bunny Man. Could that be an album like the Bunny Man? Or maybe that's his backup band, Bugs Bunny and the Bunny Men.
Shouldn't it be the Bunny Band?
Well, it could be the Bunny Band.
I think that sounds good, the Bunny Band.
That's what I said, bunny bread. Anyway, so, I hate people that sing old commercial lines that people don't know what the fuck they are. So anyway, they've showed the VTR twice, at least, of Damien slamming him through the table. And then suddenly, music plays, and here comes, you'll never guess who, ladies and gentlemen, Pablo Escobar and the Lucha Suits, who attack from behind. And boom, boom, boom. And then we go into, after a break, we come back and it's Priest and Escobar, and they're already in it. So now we got a single match amongst the factions that are involved again. And they go a couple minutes, they go to the break, and they come back and they only go another couple minutes. And again, there's nothing wrong with this, but it's the same thing every week. And then the baby faces on the floor jumped on Dominic when he interfered, and Priest came, and it was a cool spot, but he just dumped the two Lucha Suit guys, double clothesline them both over the rail into the front row. But again, in every one of these three-man teams, whether it's Roman Reigns and the Usos, whether it's Escobar and the Lucha Suits, whether it's, help me, who else? There's always, Imperium, Gunther and Zabada and Fernum-Snavitz. There's always two flunkies and the guy, and the big guy in the other faction can just manhandle the two other guys. You see what I'm saying here? Anyway, so Damien dumps him over the rail. Escobar hits a dive. Zelina and Rhea get in a fight, and Priest choke slams Escobar 1, 2, 3. The last 90 seconds were very entertaining and chaotic, I thought. The previous 10 minutes hadn't set the world on fire. And then Priest clears off the announce desk and goes to put Escobar through it, but music plays, because who are we missing? Here comes Rey Mysterio. And he gets in a fight with Dominic, and Judgment Day pulls Dominic out, and a nice little afterbirth there. It was exciting for the last few minutes, but it's the same people that are going to do. If the baby faces are in the ring, the heels are attack them. If the heels are in the ring, then the baby faces will attack them. Am I making too much of this, or am I really seeing the same shit happen every week in the same format?
And it's not just the Judgment Day and what is now the LWO, but this is across the board on these shows. But specifically here, if the promo had gone somewhere, they kind of had me for a moment because they're a cool visual. I wanted to hear it. And I know they're trying to do something new with Escobar and his guys. And I mean, reviving the LWO from 20-something years ago, 25 years ago, I guess. is an interesting decision to make to try to make people care about them.
Imagine if in 1998, when the LWO originally happened.
Or maybe 99. I forget what year it started.
Okay, well, let's say 99 then. 24 years ago. Let's say, what if in the Attitude Era on WCW Monday Nitro, if they had tried to bring back a gimmick that they had done in 1975? What would people have said?
Well, no, it's a few years earlier, but that's why no one cared about the new Blackjacks. It was something from a long time ago. What would have been an example they could have done in the WCW era that they could have brought back from years earlier? I mean, it's hard to even think of examples of factions. There really weren't factions. I mean, a new Freebirds would have bombed. I mean, a new Midnight Express, we saw what happened. Yeah.
It did, remember? We had to work with them in 1989.
Oh, that's right. I wasn't even thinking about Jimmy Garvin.
Yes.
That was only 10 years after they started.
And and that was 10 years after that. See what I'm saying? It's like people now, the fans that are left are holding on to the memories that they have of the last time this shit was good, and it gets longer and longer. You know, honestly, people like me did. We looked back, and you always would have, but the average fan was not nostalgic for the 60s in the 80s because the 80s was so fucking good. But now the average fan is nostalgic for the 90s, and we're in the 20s. Anyway,